Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So a couple days ago, the Jets released their first unofficial depth chart of training camp so far, and funny enough, I actually did a video on it, but it kept getting stuck at 95% processing the night of. I let it upload for the entire night, and then in the morning, it still was at 95%. Took it down, tried to re-upload it again, same story, so I just decided to scrap it, but a huge section of that video was pertaining to the linebacker position. We know CJ Mosley is going to be manning the middle linebacker position. Gerard Davis is coming over from Detroit, signing that one-year, $8 million deal. He's a great scheme fit in the 4-3 defense as that strong side linebacker. But then the Jets have a open competition at the weak side linebacker position. Could it be a Blake Cashman? Could it be Jamie and Sherwood? It's up in the air. Nothing is set in stone. And still, hey, it's an unofficial depth chart at the end of the day. But Hamsah Nasirildeen, 6th round draft pick from Florida State at 6'3", 215 pounds, 22 years old by the way. Nasirildeen is walking into this Jets locker room as a highly productive player coming from Florida State. He was a tackling machine. He led the Noles defense in tackles both his sophomore year and his junior year. He always had a knack for finding the football, always being in the right place at the right time. That says something about your defensive IQ. That says something about your athleticism to flock towards the football. You look at the effort in which he played with, the motor in which he played with, it was top notch. It was elite. Like, that's exactly what you want. That was actually, funny enough, one of the traits that Robert Saleh looks for in all of his players, based off of the Jets free agent signings, the draft picks, even going back to San Francisco, watching how that defense played, their free agent acquisitions, their draft picks. So you can tell playing through the whistle, playing from start to finish through the football is really, really important to Saleh, and Nasirildeen brings that to the table. I mean, he was the motor for the Seminoles defense. He was the leader. He was the heartbeat. Players, coaches, fans, everybody fed off Nasirildeen's energy and electricity that he brought to the table every single game day. That's really, really important when we're talking about a young New York Jets team. A lot of rookies, a lot of second-year guys all around, both offensively and defensively, and let's face it, it's a young coaching staff as well. So to have a guy in the locker room that will bring that excitement, will lead the guys, is really, really encouraging. Okay, I would say my favorite trait about Nasirildeen, or what specifically stood out to me, was stopping the run at the safety position, or I should say from the safety position back in college. Just having confidence that he can fly down the football field, make that one-on-one tackle, and just to blow things up. And of course, you know, that goes hand in hand with tackling as well, being in the right place at the right time. But man, he showed off his versatility, lining up all over the Noles defense, just a true Swiss Army knife at the end of the day. A complete athlete, a guy who can do a lot of different things. He's not afraid of contact, which is huge. Okay, he's not shying away from making a tackle. No, in fact, it's actually the opposite. He wants to get in there and make his presence known. He wants to go out and make an impact and make a play. That is big time. Okay, he made plays in the pass game as well, but really where Nasirildeen's strengths lie are towards the line of scrimmage, towards the action, stopping the run, getting sideline to sideline, and I feel like that is the reason here why Nasirildeen is leading the charge at the weak side outside linebacker position as we stand right now. And in Nasirildeen's own words, he feels like the Jets got a first-round talent in round 6, okay, so you gotta love it. But when we take a look at what Robert Saleh has done in San Francisco, okay, specifically at that position, that weak side outside linebacker, there's a guy who Saleh has actually maximized the talents with, a late round pick, a 5th round pick by the name of Dre Greenlaw. A versatile player, a little bit bigger, weight-wise, you know, compared to Nasirildeen here. A little shorter, 6 foot, I think he's like 6 foot 225 or something like that. But this guy was extremely productive when he had an opportunity to play the weak side outside linebacker position. Maybe, just maybe, Robert Saleh could be looking at Nasirildeen and saying, hey, in the weird virus year with, you know, what's happening with the combine, players' ratings are all over the place. Some teams have, you know, players rated in the 2nd round, whereas another team could view that same exact player as a 6th round pick, a 5th round pick, maybe even a 7th round pick. So in a weird, strange offseason, did Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh potentially find a diamond in the rough late in the draft? With Hamsah Nasirildeen, only time will tell, but I'll say this. For a 6th round rookie to be penciled in with the first teamers, with a defensive mastermind as your head coach leading the charge, I think it says something about what Nasirildeen brings to the table and what he has showed so far. So preseason will be huge. Again, nothing is set in stone here. Maybe Cashman dominates. Maybe Jamie Sherwood gets put at that weak side linebacker position and shocks everybody. Who knows? The competition is still up in the air, but as we stand today, Nasirildeen is in front. And that's pretty exciting stuff. And last point I did want to make, just kind of popped into my head now, when we're looking at the rookies, or I guess the impact that all of the rookies will have on this upcoming season. I mean, right off the bat, we have Zach Wilson at quarterback, Elijah Moore at wide receiver, Elijah Vera Tucker left guard, Michael Carter will have a significant role within the running game. Chris Nagar could potentially be our starting kicker, undrafted free agent from SMU. We haven't even talked about the cornerback spot. Could Pinnock emerge in preseason? Michael Carter in the slot potentially, and then of course Hamsah Nasirildeen at Weakside Linebacker. That's a lot of rookies. Okay, that's a lot of youth overall. That's a lot of fresh faces. Okay, so I mean, there's just so many things to look forward to. This preseason is absolutely crazy. It is mind-blowing. It should be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about Nasirildeen, about the weak side linebacker position. Who do you want to see there? Do you feel comfortable with Nasirildeen? And yeah, can't wait to read them. So anyway, thanks so much, and as always, go Jets.